Well, here we are, back in Eurotruck, and we're actually back for another trip on the old Mario map. And this is one of my, I've done a few jobs, but this is one of my favourite trips on this map. Not exactly where we're coming from, but where we're going to. I've done a number of jobs, and eventually one has come up. Now, the truck's heading the wrong direction at the moment. That's because I'm parked at a fuel station, so we'll have to do a U-turn. But we started in this part of the map. I'm not quite sure if this was additional to the truck sim map. Truck sim map is definitely that part of the map, which is right along the Mediterranean coast, and there's some mountain roads on there as well. But we actually started this trip, I started this yesterday in Saida, I think it is it in Lebanon? And we've travelled quite a distance already through Egypt and Benghazi, and we've arrived here. And when we head on the road, we're heading to Tripoli to get a connection from there that takes us to the Canary Islands. So that sort of bypasses driving along the road here. Now we could drive along the road there, but it would take far too long because of the mountain roads here. It would be quite slow. Plus the fact I don't know whether there's a connection. Yeah, there probably is a connection from Casablanca to the Canary Islands as well. But this is the shortest route that the GPS has taken us. We go to the Canary Islands, we land there, and then we have to go to the next ferry connection to get to Rio Grande in Argentina. Now this part of the map, anybody who's done the Mario map will remember here, you have to cross a bridge that opens to let the ships through. So you may well see that on this trip. I don't think I'd seen that in any other map, but the bridge goes up when a boat is approaching it, and sometimes you have to obviously stop to let that take place. And then when we get to Rio Grande, we then head across to Villanueva, and you can see that we're going to be going up mountain roads here. Just hopefully it's not going to be in darkness. It probably will, part of it, but I was wondering what that little bit there is. It doesn't seem to go anywhere. It may well be that the road splits there. That might be the case. But anyway, we are heading to Villanueva, and the interesting thing about this part is that when you get to here, there's a little turn off that goes in through the mountain, and if you blink, you'll miss it. But it takes you in through the mountains into Villanueva, which is a bit like a little secluded village in the mountains. And then of course there's different ways down from Villanueva. You can go that way, which is spectacular, and you can go this way, which is even more spectacular. And I think I've got the right truck for the job. I don't think I've ever driven the Mario map, especially up in the mountains, but I've got, certainly not with a Kamaz, but I've got the Kamaz because it's got a good turning circle. The roads won't be bad. It'll be a wee bit bumpy going into Villanueva, but that's nothing compared to what the normal roads are like. So anyway, let's see if this will work. So we now need to get going. If we can get out here in one piece, that is. So we're headed that way. And of course we've got lots of traffic coming, hopefully nothing coming that way. What time is it? Right, it's 2:16 in the morning. So we won't be long until we've got some daylight. So next stop is Tripoli. I've actually got my own trailer, which is East Nepal's sort of, I think they're Russian trailers. And I think it's bottled water that we're taking to Argentina. So there's a big demand for bottled water in Argentina, obviously. Now, according to the GPS, we've still got 8,113 miles to go, but you know, a big chunk of that's going to be over the Atlantic. And of all the jobs that I've done so far in this map, I've not had any issues. I've had no crashes. Well, I've had crashes in terms of the truck crashing into things, so that's the usual story, but I haven't had any game crashes, which is good. And I haven't had any graphical issues that I've had previously with more recent versions of the Mario map. If there's still any of them, they've yet to materialise. But when they did materialise before, they did happen in the South America part of the map really badly. So badly you couldn't drive it because you couldn't see the roads. All you could see was the actual underneath the map. Basically, there was no landscape in many areas. And we've just, at that fuel station, we've just topped up with fuel, so we've got a 307 gallon fuel tank, which, well, it's now down to 299, but it gives us a range of 2,500 miles, I think. And these, this trailer that I've got, you can put strobe lights on it and stuff like that. But I put a couple of strobe lights at either corner of the trailer. But when I had them on, when you were in the cab, it was like lightning in the cab. Everything was lit up and flashing with the strobe lights coming from the trailer. So, needless to say, the first thing I did was go to a repair stop and reconfigure the trailer and get rid of them because it was so annoying. So don't put strobe lights on the trailer. So I can see a tiny little bit of daylight appearing behind us in the mirror. Just a hint that daylight is coming. It's what, 3:45 in the morning. And daylight's definitely coming now. And that's the Mediterranean there. And as you can see, I've got my usual quota of lights on the truck. I like to see as far ahead as possible. Then the other interesting thing about this part of the map is, in fact, I've completed that main section before I started streaming this, but the motorway right up to where I started this part of the trip is the fastest part of any map that I've ever seen. The maximum speed limit in the motorway is 124 miles an hour, so you can fly. It's a three-lane highway, and it's definitely the fastest route that I've seen in any map. I think the speed limit in this part is actually 93, but that's if you can keep up any sort of speed, because the problem is it's just a single lane highway and you're stuck behind trucks and you're going up and down hilly roads. And usually out there like that you'll see big tankers, big cargo ships out in the Mediterranean. Now we need to build up a little bit of momentum here just so we can make this bit of the climb easier. I reckon I'm going to take a risk here, even though it's a blind hill, and try and get past this thing because it's holding us up. That's better. And the speed limit's now gone back up to 124, so you can gun it. You've got to be careful when you're overtaking in this motorway because the cars absolutely fly. Mind you, we're doing 84 mile an hour. I thought we'd finish with the motorway, but we'll make the use of it when we've got it. Get the foot to the floor. Now we're doing over 100. We're topped out at 105. Of course, you obviously need to make sure you've got the truck speed limiter switched off. Now that car in front of us is doing about 100 mile an hour. Misrata. Well, one thing's for certain, this is certainly the fastest we'll be driving in this trip. So I think next stop is what the hell did I say that the place was again? I've totally forgotten already. Yeah, Tripoli. Well, we're doing 88 mile an hour, going slightly uphill again.
Keep right.
That certainly shortens your journey time.
Exit right. Continue straight. Keep right for the best, and then turn right. Turn right.
That looks like the airport over there. Yeah.
Ahead. Turn left.
So it's a plane we're getting, apparently.
Turn left. Ahead. Turn left. Turn left.
Well, my wipers are on. Now, where the hell is the connection? That's the question. Where do we have to go? Sometimes it's in to the right. We'll head in here and see. Now let's have a quick fly cam to have a look. I don't see it there. Well, probably. Shit, there it's there. And we're there. So we're in the wrong spot. Right, we're going to Gran Canaria, that's where we're going.
Turn right.
So now we go to get the next connection to Argentina. Round to the next either ferry connection or aeroplane connection, whatever it is. Round the other side of the island. Now, if I remember rightly, we've got a set of traffic lights up ahead and we have to turn right again. I mean, it's been, I don't know how many years since I've been on this
Continue straight.
this map. A long time.
Continue straight.
And of course, driving at that high speed, that eats into your fuel consumption, so we'll still probably get plenty in the tank, but I'm still going to top her up first chance I get, and this will do nicely. That's one thing you'll also notice about the Mario map. Whenever you reach a port, you will get all the clues that you're near a port. Now, I was thinking we had to cross this bridge. I'm pretty certain we still have to. I think that's it up there. And of course, this is where, as I say, the bridge may or may not go up to let a boat through. We'll see if it still works.
Keep right.
Yeah, here we go.
Turn right.
Traffic lights and then a right turn. See, I do remember some things.
Turn right.
Now, there's usually, you'll see a boat moving about. There's a boat there. And the bridge has probably gone up to let that boat through. I wonder whether we'll have anything coming through when we get there. Probably, maybe not. Maybe that's it. Oh, I don't think that's going through. I think that's a big container ship. But this is the bridge that normally goes up. Is that going through? This doesn't look the way. This doesn't look like the way I remember it. Oh no, that's not the way I remember it. Maybe it got changed,
Ahead.
or maybe it's a
Turn
different
right.
bridge. It might be a different bridge. Anyway,
Turn right.
I always thought we had to go over a. Oh, I'm now I'm confused. Now this is where the GPS stops working for some strange reason. You see, it comes to a dead end here. And I've always got confusion about where we get the next bloody connection. I think it's up here, is it? Is that it?
Make a U-turn.
Yeah,
Turning your car around to go
ignore James May there. We're on the right road.
Make a U-turn.
That's turning your car around to go in the
And this
opposite
time,
direction.
the ferry connection is there. Now, all the other maps, it's always on the right hand side. In this case, it's on the left hand side. Just to confuse you even more. Right, so we're looking for Rio Grande. There we are. So that's a big chunk of miles taken off with this part of the trip, as well as a bit across Africa that we've just done. And then it's driving all the way to our destination. Well, it's early morning, so at least we get daylight for this part of the trip. Now, where do we go? Right turn.
Turn right. Turn left. Ahead. Turn right. Turn right.
So we've got 1,000 miles or so to go.
Continue straight. Ahead. Turn left. Turn left.
I wonder if we can go through this side. Yes, we can. So next stop is in the mountains.
Continue straight. Ahead, turn left. Are you ready? Turn left, and then continue straight. Ahead, turn right. Turn right.
And you're seeing some mountains coming into view, a sign of what's to come. Let's see if we can make it past this guy.
Continue straight.
That's handy. We'll just take him out while we're at it. Messing about with the cameras. And he decides to pull out. Well, he paid the price.
ahead. Turn left. Turn left.
.43 mph speed limit, so we've got the cruise control on. Now it's back up to 50. Oh, red light, went straight through. It's too busy reading the name of the place. Santana del whatever it is, Livamento or something. Liviamenta. Straight into the next town,
Continue
Rivera.
straight.
So 812 miles to go. That's 120, so I reckon that we're going to need another rest stop, obviously. And that might come at the right time so that we take our rest through the night, and then the next part we get with daylight when we're making our way up the mountains. Well, the good thing so far is we've not been stuck behind a truck, although that might still yet to come. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. I'm glad there wasn't a queue of traffic there and I slammed into them. I wasn't expecting traffic lights.
continue straight.
Just going to have a quick drink. I've got plenty of bottled water on board, so I might as well have a drink. $692 miles to go. Oh, talking about getting stuck behind trucks. There it is. So it's at 4:15 in the afternoon. Let me just check. We've got another couple of hours before we have to take a rest stop. just going to try and nip in front of him. Durazno.
Keep left.
The top of the Grand Tour.
And then turn left. Turn left. Keep right for the bus, and then turn right. Turn right. Continue straight.
Well, hopefully there's a stop up here soon. I suppose we really could have found a resting place in that town we've just left, but I was hoping that we'd have a fuel stop round about here and a resting place. Let's have a look in the map, see what we've got. Well, this isn't looking good. There's one up there. We might need to get the foot down a little bit here.
Ahead. Turn right. Turn right.
Is this looks like a border crossing or a customs check up ahead. Well, I thought it was. A little symbol there as if it was, but obviously not. No, I don't want this to be happening. What time is it now? It's about just after 6:30 at night. And we're running out of time here to get a stop. That car's overtaking him, so I'm going to risk it. We're definitely heading uphill. We are cutting this really fine to make this this rest stop without some sort of disaster here when he starts falling asleep. And it's not a straight road, that's the other problem. You know, like that noise there was like a last warning almost, I think. I don't want to be accelerating when he starts to fall asleep, because all you'll do is continue accelerating. That might be the last one. It's definitely on the cards. I'm going to have to take it nice and slow now until we get there. Is he going to give me one more yawn before it happens? That might be the case. $8 o'clock. It's got to happen now, I think. Really now. And we're banked in either side of the mountains, I think. I'm just going to take it nice and cool. I know that the fuel stop is at the sort of end of this twisty section. You know, we're going backward and forward, left and right. I'm surprised he's not dozed off yet. It's any second now, basically. It can't be far away, this. Under 500 miles to go. Still not dozed off. And still no sign of this bloody fuel stop, the parking place. I think the weather's closed in as well by the look of it. Right, that's the last yawn. He's got to go now. He's got to go now. It's going to happen. No acceleration. Now after 9 at night. I wanted to get most of the daylight the next day. The longer it takes us to get to this. There we go. Thank God it happened in that straight bit. Now we can accelerate for a wee bit. Get ready for the next one. And the next one again. Now we can get the timing of these right. Slow right down, wait for it to happen and then accelerate again. Now would be a good time for it to happen on this straightish bit. There we are. You see, we're still accelerating. That's the thing. I had my foot in the accelerator there, but once he starts dozing, you continue accelerating, and there's nothing worse than that happening in a corner. You go straight off a cliff or something crazy. Let's try and get this foot down for as long as we dare. Right, that's enough. This is a big, long, sweeping bend. Slow it down. Almost 10 o'clock at night now. There we are again. There it's up ahead. Well, I hope there's a resting place here. It just looks like a fuel stop. Oh no, it's a standard fuel station, so there will be a resting place. That's good. Oh, we're going to crash into the fuel pump. No. Right, top her up again. Right, that'll do. So here we are. Now we can see the landscape, albeit it's low res. Now what's the lights on? Right, let's get them. Let's get the high beams off. Right, no sooner have we said that we're right into the mountains. Big change now. And this is the right truck for it, definitely. And it's good we get to see this in daylight rather than trying to drive this at night. It's scary as it is in the daytime, let alone at night time. Are these mountains big enough for you? You can't even see the tops of them. Well, here's a whole series of switchbacks to take us over the pass. Well, this truck's guaranteed to get us there. It's got a good gearbox. That's the road up above us there on the left. Oh, we're not going quick enough for that guy. He fancied his chances there. Again, all this climbing is... This is the other thing, is you know, when you come to this part of this map, if you've got a truck that doesn't have a big fuel tank, you're in real danger of running out of fuel, because you've got long climbs, and that just guzzles away the fuel. Plus it depends on what you're pulling, depends what you're hauling. If you've got a big heavy load, that's going to go right through the fuel. And you notice as well, no crash barriers in these roads. If you make one wrong turn, or you blink, or you look away, the next thing you know, about 4,000 or 5,000 foot drop. Look at that for a view. I told you it was spectacular. Now will we make it past this guy, because he's going to hold us up, and if we're going to have any head-on collision here, we'll have to risk it. Now I think we're working our way down the other side. Yeah. And the thing about it is that this isn't the toughest and twistiest section on this map. There's worse than this. Or maybe not. Much better doing this in the daylight than it is at night, because all you can see is a road ahead of you. You can't see anything in the landscape, the scenery at all. So it's always best to try and time it so that you're driving in the daylight for the most part. Well, that's us through that section. We've survived it okay. This guy's determined to get past us. Now, the Mario map, I might have mentioned this before, but it's also got its own death road. But for the life of me, I can't remember where it is, but it's definitely on this map. Single track road, big drop on the left hand side. It's not a long place to drive, but perilous at night again. See how the landscape just changed to brown rather than green there? I think we're coming to, what is it? Is this, what's up ahead? Just a few houses, I think. Nothing more. I don't know whether we're going to make it to Villanueva on this particular part of the trip.
Continue straight.
Because we've still got well over 300.
Take the third exit.
Didn't know that was a roundabout. There's still the best part of 400 miles to go, which if we're going up and down mountains is not going to be quick.
Continue straight.
Let's just gun it a bit and get out of this one horse
Continue
town.
straight.
Well, instead of going over the mountains, we're going through the mountains this time. Topping her up again. Don't take any risks. That'll do it.
Continue straight.
So we've come over one spectacular mountain pass. Looks like the weather's closing in again. Very rapidly. Oh, that's too twisty at that speed. Almost a disaster. We need to just take it a bit easy in the twisty sections at that pace. Well, 277 miles to go now. I would imagine that if we're getting to this place and knowing where exactly it is, we've got to start climbing again. But I know for a fact it ain't a motorway that takes you there.
Keep left,
The top of the Grand Tour.
and then continue straight.
I think that's the rain going off.
Continue straight.
Of course, one of the features that they brought into ETS was the auto sensor wipers, which will come on when the rain starts and go off when there's no rain, just like now.
Continue straight.
Well, I haven't seen any road signs, and bear in mind we're getting fairly close to the end of this trip. I've seen no names of the place we're going to, but there's certainly big mountains on our left hand side. Yeah, here we go. Well, this is us now heading to our final destination. If we don't crash into him, that is. Alright, that guy just slowed right up there when the other car's going to overtake. What the point's that for? Unnecessary damage. I mean, this was as good as the graphics were back in the day. Where the hell's the road? When this map first came out, I mean, that's about as good a res that you would get anywhere, which is not great. Let's be honest. Oh, good morning, Rob. I see Albinario and Cobra have set their match for, well, it'll be Friday about I think it's about half noon your time. If you're 6 hours behind, it's 6:30 at night over here on Friday for the final. And we've only got, what, 190 miles to go. So we're heading for this secluded little town or little village high up in the Andes Mountains in Argentina. And the last time I've been here on this map must have been, what, got to be 6 years ago at least. Uh-oh, I didn't think we'd make it. Now I've got to start going up again because, as I remember, whenever I've went to this place previously, I've always went from the other side, from the opposite direction of where we're coming from, and that's one big long climb up. So we must be quite high up at the moment if we don't have to do any more climbing, because once you get past Villanueva, everything's downhill. Now what the hell's happened here? Is this the... Oh, this goes down to a single track road where the mountain is actually eaten into the road here. I remember this part. I don't remember coming this way though, but I remember this part. And this guy on the left hand side, he fancied his chances for overtaking. And now he's stuck there because he ain't going to get in. I'm just going to move up and make sure he's stuck there. Let him have a head-on collision with a granite wall up ahead. That's what you do to these drivers. They can bully their way in. You just make sure you block them off. Now this is tight. I mean, there's a guy working there. What the hell's he doing bugging about with that? He should be trying to chop away some of that mountainside there. It's down to a single track. Oh, this is very tight. I'm surprised you'll get through without getting a crunch here. We made it. And we're definitely climbing now. Let's get past him and he'll hold us up all day. Look at the thing that he's pulling. It'll be 5 miles an hour all the way up this. I knew we'd have to start climbing sooner than later because we've only got 140 miles to go. Was that you doing your stub impression there, Rob? If you're still there. Your caps lock button locked. Right, now. A wall of mountains surrounding us. Can barely see the road. Now, as I mentioned right at the start of this stream, that where we are going to enter the little town, it's secluded behind the mountains, believe it or not, and there is a gap in the mountainside, and it's quite a tight little gap to get the truck through, if I remember. And I mean, I don't believe anything's been changed, but it's been that long since I've played this that, you know, remembering certain points is difficult. Now, is this a border crossing or what is it? Let's have a quick look at the sign, see if there's anything written on it, because a lot of these signs don't have a lot on them. No, there's nothing to give you a clue. This is just automatic, this gate. Oh, it's not taking any money from us, that's good. That's very generous. Now, let's have a look. I was thinking that something about this road was becoming a little bit familiar, but I will hold off for a minute or two. Is this where we have to go through the water? It's looking a bit familiar, this part. When we get through here, I'll soon tell you. And I'll also tell you if the traffic. There's a familiar road on this in this part of the world. This is looking like it, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. We've only 90 odd mile to go. We've got a pile of traffic behind us as well. Oh no, one car. Oops. One car, but about 3 or 4 trucks and a bus in front of us. Yeah, I thought it was looking familiar. I think this is, believe it or not, I think this is the death road that I was talking about. See how it's down to supposedly like a single track road, but it's not really. Right, this will then, if I remember, this will turn to dirt. And this is horrible to drive at night, by the way. And it's getting late in the afternoon and the weather's closing in as well. I think this might be it. I'm pretty sure it is. Yep, this is fun. Yep, this is the death road I was mentioning, and I couldn't remember how you got there, but now I found it. And we're stuck in traffic. And there's a big drop down to the side, and there's nothing to protect you. See, I do remember things. I mean, I've driven this loads and loads of times, and it was becoming a bit familiar looking. And sure enough, it transpired that we're on the right route. And again, we're going too slow for that car. Well, I hope it gets dark enough soon enough that the headlights will start kicking in. And of course we're starting to fall asleep, and this last 70 miles or 80 miles is going to take an age at this speed. And there's a couple of really twisty corners here, tight corners. And of course you've got oncoming traffic as well. Don't look down to your right, whatever you do. It is a proper death road, because look at the lunatic AI drivers, they're flying around at 70 miles an hour. Well, if you want nostalgia in the Mario map, controversial though it may be, this is it. This is it for me. As I said before, this is what got me into installing mods as such, because it's the first map combo that I ever installed in Euro Truck, and that got me into the swing of installing mods into the game. Well, we're on full beam. And that's twisty. And it's even more perilous down to the right. Don't look down there, whatever you do. She's too busy in her phone anyway to be bothered. Look, she's not interested. Oh, we nearly went over the mountain. We're about to go over the edge. See, pay attention when you're driving in this road. Look. Look at this. That was almost a disaster. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat because he's going to fall asleep while I'm trying to drive this thing, and I ain't having that. I'm going to turn off the fatigue, or I'll be dead. That's a guarantee. Till we get through this. Another tight bend. And anybody who drives this for the first time could never imagine that there's actually two-way traffic in this, because a lot of single track roads like this on other map mods are only ever one-way traffic. You never see any other oncoming vehicles, but you've got them in this. So that's what makes it a true death road. I've got my headlights on, but they ain't kicking in yet. "31 miles to go." Another bloody truck. Now look at that for a drop. That's us. That's us through the worst of it. I think the road will widen up now eventually. There we are. And we're almost there. Now this is a bumpy bit, but I've never driven it in the Kamaz truck, so this should handle it no problem. Then there's another bumpy bit getting into the village or the town. Yeah, I used to get damaged there with a standard truck years ago. Doesn't happen with the Kamaz off-road. Just through it, not a problem.
Ahead. Turn right.
Right, there we go. That is us.
Turn right.
And that, believe it or not, is the entrance to where we're going. I wonder if we'll make it. I don't think we're going to make this, are we? It's tight. So welcome to Villanueva, hidden in the mountains. And this is another little bumpy section that we get through. An absolute breeze in this truck. I wonder if we'll see these protesters. They'll still be marching up and down the road, because that's another thing I remember about it. I think that was the first time I'd seen people with placards walking up and down the road. There's obviously an industrial dispute going on with some of the workforce in the town. Yes, this was always guaranteed to get me here in one piece. There we are, Villanueva. Now we've just got to find out where the hell we drop this off. I think there was a tight gate to go through up here as well, a wall or something. Now where are we going? James May hasn't told me anything yet, so we must be going further up.
You have reached your destination.
Now see, there he says we've reached the destination, but we've probably gone past it. He's bloody useless, so he is. Let's have a look to see where we should be. See that? It's not in there, that's just a car park. Where the hell are we going? Is it in there? Maybe it's in there we're going. Let's have a look around this side. Yeah, it is in there. So I take it all back, James, you're right. It's into the left. So there's a Volvo truck dealer we'll just pass, so that way we can get the truck and trailer up to scratch, get them repaired, and also have a rest stop for the trip out of here, because we're bound to have a job that will take us down the route that I've usually always came in, and that's a perilous trip down. Now it'll take us 20 minutes to get parked, because you know how bad I am at parking these things. Get ourselves squared up. I think that's going too far again. That might be it. That might be it. I think we might have done it. I think we have. There we go. So, we've arrived at one of my favourite destinations in the Mario map. Let's just move the wheel out of the way. Give us a bit of room. And get it all confirmed. Right, now, let's look at the map. So, we've come from the north side to Villanueva, and that section there is what I call the death road. It's a death road in, and then it's a perilous drop down. Everything here is all the way down. And if we get a job from here, well, we will get a job from here, but that's for next time. But when we do, I mean, you can either go that way, which is also another spectacular route, or as I say, this way. So that'll be for next time. So this trip started a long way away, although we didn't do most of that today. We did that yesterday when I was setting it up. Where the hell are we going? I can't find my way back to Europe on this. I think the easiest way is to find the way we came. Oh, we're way down too far south. Right, that's where we are. So we got off at Rio Grande, and why can't I see the rest? There we are, that's it. We're eventually getting somewhere. Is that Japan? Yeah, it is. Let's see where that takes us. I'm trying to get my bearings as to where we are. That's Russia. Right, so when the last job we had in Russia took us down there to Odessa, and then where were we? Where did we start this trip? You can see the Mario map is huge. I've totally lost my bearings as to where I am here. Hang on. Right, that's the UK. So we were down here. That's Casablanca. And we started over there somewhere. Came all along there. No, there we are. Now I know where we are. That's where we started. We started there yesterday. I started streaming this from like here earlier on, and then we drove all the way along till we got our connection at Tripoli, and then that took us over to Rio Grande, and then we completed the trip. So I'm going to get the truck fixed, have a rest, and then I'll see what the next job's going to be. So till we meet again, welcome back to the Mario map. I'll be doing an awful lot more driving on it because there's loads of mileage on this map. And for anybody who's never tried it, it's an easy install because all you do is install them in numerical order, I believe, top to bottom. We'll have a quick look at that before we go. And of course it's on the download websites, not all of them, but it's on a few of them. And if you're into installing map mods, then you'll know how to get it. Just have a look through your favourite download sites and you will find it. Go into the mod manager. Now I've got one weather mod installed, which is a realistic rain, I think it is, but I've got no other graphic mods installed. So there it is there. Oh, I've got this fail environment thing. I don't know what it makes. I don't see it making a great deal of difference, but anyway, it's installed. So there's all the files for the Mario map. You've got 9 down to 1, and you install them in that order. So the first one you put in is 1, and then 2, 3, and so on. Couldn't be easier. And that is it. It's as simple as that. And that's my Russian trailer mods that I've got installed. I've got the Kamaz truck combination installed as well. But certainly you want to get the Kamaz off-road. That's good for climbing up the mountain roads. It will get you there guaranteed, and you won't get damage on the little bumpy sections either. Right, I'm going to head for a break and get something to eat, and I will no doubt see you again soon sometime. So take care.